morning, fellow graduates, family, friends, and faculty. I want to thank you all for being here today to celebrate UT Nursing's finest. Believe it or not, the hardest question I've been asked in nursing school is what made you decide to pursue nursing. When I started at UT, I couldn't explain why I was drawn to nursing. Being an out-of-state student, part of a minority race group, with zero personal connection to nursing, I was terrified and questioned whether I fit in. Then COVID took over, and the confusion only grew. In the past few years, not only has the value of a nurse changed, but so have the demands of this profession. Honestly, I didn't know what I was getting myself into, as I'm sure many of us can agree, and to add having our first clinical experiences at the height of a global pandemic, it all seemed unreal. Thankfully, our time with UT Nursing has taught us a lot about patience, strength, passion, and grace, and ultimately reminded me of why I chose nursing in the first place. Even through all the blood, sweat, tears, hand sanitizer, and bodily fluids, I know we all got our fair share of those in our med-surg clinicals, we continued to push forward. Why? Because we understand the responsibility that the nurse has. Of course, people's lives are at stake, and we are, after all, the most trusted profession for 20 years running. But what makes our role different from any other healthcare professional? Well, nurses create personal connections with each of their patients. I know each one of us can remember something special about at least one patient from our clinicals, if not more. During our first clinical experience in our third year at UT, I had been assigned a patient who required their medication to be crushed and given with applesauce. I could tell that he was feeling weak and had a tough time taking this medication, so I sat down and fed him his medication and the rest of his meal. To us, this is a small task, so I gladly enjoyed this company for about 20 minutes. When the patient's sister joined us, she had told me that until today he had refused to eat. Even his nurse was surprised that he'd eaten a full meal. I still remember how grateful both of them were when I had taken the time to sit with him, and I hold this memory close to my heart. It took me some time to realize, but the meaning that these small moments hold, when patients choose to trust us as easily as an old friend, truly explain why we chose to pursue nursing. Whether it be about how a patient's best day of their life was getting to see their favorite baseball team in the World Series, or how their daughter was the light of their life and always brought their favorite food when she visited. Every patient has a story, and they often feel comfortable enough to tell us what that story is, which is a genuinely cherished experience for us. Although the journey has been long and tough, we have been so lucky to have had the opportunity to study at the University of Texas at Austin School of Nursing. What makes this place so special? Could it be the certain charm of our first mannequin patient, Johnny Odell, or getting to fill out our all-time favorite clinical paperwork, the concept map? Maybe it's simply being in the heart of a beautiful city like Austin. I think the most special thing about our school is our amazing faculty and staff. We've been fortunate enough to have worked with such a supportive and empathetic group who genuinely care about our success. On the last day of my labor and delivery clinical, our instructor gave each one of us a keychain with encouraging words. Mine says, "Never, never give up." This instructor reminded us that we will have hard days in nursing school and as a nurse after graduation. And she was right, but we can do this. Hearing that someone believes in you, even when sometimes you don't, is truly powerful. Not only has this keychain reminded me to push forward, it has also served as a reminder of my role as a nurse, to be our patient's #1 advocate and cheerleader. To all of our professors, who reminded us not to be too hard on ourselves and taught us how to be the best advocate for others, know that you mean the world to us, so thank you. Along with the support of our incredible faculty and staff, us students have leaned on each other because no one understands the difficulty of nursing school like another nursing student. These past 4 years on the 40 acres have been quite the journey. From the Oscar-worthy performances by our friends in simulation to using family members as practice patients when COVID hit. Nursing school has given us a lot to smile about. However, it's hard to forget those moments when we've all walked into our adult health lectures with the same burnt-out feeling that makes you consider dropping out. So I just want to say how incredibly lucky I feel to be a part of this group and that I'm extremely proud of each one of us for getting here. Most importantly, we've been fortunate enough to have our own support systems that encourage us from the start of nursing school. Whether that be our parents, grandparents, siblings, extended family, or friends, we could not have done this without you. As nurses, we may be the cheerleaders for our patients, but I'm grateful that we have our own cheerleaders in you all. From the bottom of our hearts, thank you. The spring 2022 graduates are resilient, powerful, and passionate. We've depended on each other throughout the exploration of this notoriously difficult profession. We've pushed each other to persevere through the unprecedented times of a global pandemic. Most importantly, we've inspired each other to discover and share our passion for helping those who need it most. So, as we all embark on our own journeys through the field of nursing, remember this, Longhorns. We aren't just walking out of here with a nursing degree. We are walking out of here with the unique opportunity to touch someone's life. Thank you, and hook 'em horns.